everyone, it's Sarah from the Rocking Motherhood Show on Little Rockers Radio, and I am here today with a lady who has a list of, I guess, qualifications to her name. She's a yoga master, a psychotherapist, a researcher, a lecturer, and now also an author of a new book called Fat Yoga. Sarah, Harry, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. Now, I have to say, when I received an email about your new book, I was very intrigued.
Yeah, it's a very interesting name to call your book, right?
It is, and in the release that came through, it mentions how we think of yoga as thin, supple, healthy people that go into the yoga studio in their yoga pants and do yoga. So you don't necessarily think of normal, everyday mums or ladies going into studios and doing yoga, but you're completely breaking that myth.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is make yoga accessible for everybody, literally everybody. So yoga was never really meant to be just for one body. And it was certainly never meant to be for just young, thin women practicing on a beach somewhere looking glamorous. It's really meant for everybody, and that, I suppose, what the book is about. It's about making it accessible. A lot of accessible poses, a lot of accessible, I put some chair yoga in, some yin yoga, which is very relaxing, and some restorative yoga, which is just perfect for mothers because it's basically just lying down. It's gorgeous.
I'm sorry.
Lying down, being relaxed.
And what are some of, I'm an advocate for yoga and meditation and all of those sorts of things for adults and children, but for people who are watching who have perhaps never done yoga before, what are some of the benefits to people starting practicing yoga? And when we say that, I don't mean signing up for a group of 12 classes and going out, but just starting to practice yoga in the home.
Yeah, and look, that's something that everybody can do. Everyone can have a home practice. It's not a scary thing. If you do have a book or something or a guide like that, then it's very, very easy to learn the postures. They're not difficult, they're accessible. And the benefits of it are basically very wide ranging, because what we're doing is we're reducing stress, which is something really useful, but we're also building strength and building flexibility. Depends what yoga you practice. There's lots of different kinds of practice. I think one of the other benefits is that it helps with balance. It really helps with mental health. It really, really helps with body image issues, because I work a lot with people with body image issues. That's my main area of work and health. And it helps people become more embodied. Yes. So more comfortable, more at home, more relaxed in your body, which is exactly what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Particularly if you've just had a baby and your body is not quite what it was before, it hasn't bounced back, then I feel like yoga brings you home to your body in a really calm and relaxed way. But then you've also got all the physical stuff. So physical plus mental.
Yeah, I love that. Brings you back home to your body.
Yeah, I think of your body as your home. It's your one and only home, so you've got to treat it well.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And especially after you have children. I know when I first had my first child, completely didn't feel like myself, completely lost, completely overwhelmed, and I hadn't found yoga at that stage, but I found that walking was really helpful, and any form of sort of exercise that I found cleared my mind was really helpful. But we're going through some yoga poses today.
We've got a practice for you.
Good to do in the home, especially if you're breastfeeding or you've got toddlers on your hip, or you're up and on your feet all day, as you are when you have young children and toddlers running around. So we've got a few exercises to do.
Yeah, we've got. Well, I would call this like a home practice, chair practice. So you could do this sitting in a chair, any kind of chair, or we're on kind of a bench chair, but you could have a chair with a back. That would be also really fine too. Just a caution to be, if you know that you've got a neck problem or a back problem or anything like that, just be careful. I call it honouring your body. So make sure if you've got any injuries, just watch out, and any pain, just pull back. Don't do it. But this is a very simple practice. You can pretty much do anywhere, anytime.
Okay, good.
So let's just start, I think, with just a breath. So if you put your feet on the floor, so making sure that your feet are flat on the floor. If you lift your chest, you'll find the natural curve in your spine. So then let's take the shoulders up and back, and then you'll open up your chest, which is really nice. And then we'll take a couple of deep breaths. I call this healing or cleansing breaths. you're going to let go of everything that you don't want.
Right.
So everything crap that's happened today,
Yep.
we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and then sigh out everything. Do a couple more, inhaling, and then let go. And one more. And that just brings you back to the moment. Just give yourself a chance to relax, and no matter what's going on around you, you can always come back to that breath. You can use it any time. And then we'll start from the head and shoulders, just because, you know, all that breastfeeding and hunching forward and changing nappies and things, just really we really want to open up here.
Yep.
So just taking your right hand and putting it on your left collarbone.
Yep.
And just pull down slightly. Take your left hand and put it over your right hand and pull down again. Lift your chin up gently and then stretch over your ear to your shoulder, breathing still. Then lift up your chin, breathe here. So you should be finding a really good stretch as you pull down with your hands through the front of your neck, just draining all that tension out of the front of your neck. And then drop your chin, come back to center, and then we'll just do that on the other side, because then you'll balance out. So yoga is about balance.
Yes.
So just taking your hand to the opposite side on the collarbone, pull down. Opposite hand, pull down, lift your chin. Over to the opposite ear, and then lift your chin again and breathe. So you can stay here for as long as you like. You can do as many rounds of all of these postures as you like.
You can really feel it.
You
can't
can in the front of your neck, it
it's
just drains
so
everything
relaxing.
out. Then you drop your chin gently, come back to center, and then hands back on your knees if you like. So from here, I'm just going to show you one more shoulder stretch, which is great for breastfeeding. You bring your arms in front of your face, and then as you inhale, draw your arms back, draw your shoulder blades together, push your palms away towards the back of the room, breathe. And you can stay here for as long as you like.
Yeah, you can definitely feel
Feel
everything
it
open
all
up.
opening up. Yeah. It's really nice. And then from here, if you want to drop your right hand or down and then stretch up and over. So you're stretching down through the side. All the little intercostal muscles stretching here. So you can use the chair to stabilize you. That's no problem. You can look up if your neck's okay, or look straight ahead if you have neck problems.
Yeah.
And then we're going to plant and then go to the opposite side.
There we go.
Breathing through. So imagine that you're extending out through your fingertips, breathing, using the side of the chair to stabilize you, and then back again. And then we're just going to take our left hand over to our right knee and our right hand behind us.
Right.
And then twist. Look over your shoulder and breathe and twist. So you're pressing your hand into your knee, using the back of the chair or the side of the chair just to pull you around into a gorgeous twist. Breathing here. And then you take your head forward first and swap over to the opposite side. And see, notice how it feels different on one side to another. You might find, particularly with kids, when you've got one on one shoulder, that the other side, one side might need more.
And that's the thing, isn't it? You do become very unbalanced. I know that I had my
And then come
children
back to center. Yeah, you
on the
do.
hip all the time.
So you need to kind of balance yourself up, and this is a
Yes.
really good way to balance that up.
Yes.
And then if you want to just work into the hip here, you just take your right foot and put your ankle on your knee. And if you can't do this, just leave it, don't worry about it. And you should start to feel a beautiful opening on the side of the hip here. Again, this is really nice. You can even flex your foot if you want to here. And we're sitting up tall, so you can stay here. This is bus stop yoga. So you get off where you feel comfy. So stay here if you want to.
Yeah.
And if you want to just like have a little slightly different stretch, then you just fold forward, and then you'll feel a more intense stretch in the side. Just releasing all those muscles through that hip.
Yeah, it's
And
fabulous, isn't it?
around the IT band and anything like that. So it's really lovely. And then coming back and gently placing that foot back. Just notice how it feels. Let it settle. It's really nice. We rush through stuff without noticing how it feels in the body. And we're just giving our body a little present, a little gift. So it's nice to notice how things feel. Now I'm stiffer on one side because I always demonstrate on one side. But you might find that one of your hips is stiffer too, so that's normal. So you take a breath or two here. You can flex your foot if you want, and then you can fold. Breathing.
Oh, you can really feel that, can't you?
It's So it's just when you stand up, you'll feel a whole lot looser.
Yes.
Be lovely. Good. And then we just come back up again, put your foot down. And then we're just going to take our arms up slowly into the air and stretch up through the arms.
I felt everything click.
I know, I heard it. And then you can bring your palms together and bring them back down. You can loop your thumbs, place your hands on your heart. If you like, you can close down your eyes. We're going to take 3 more of those breaths. We're going to direct us some self-compassion, some self-care, straight back to ourselves, because it's hard being a mother. So take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh out. Send your self-compassion. Couple more. Whatever you need today, send it to yourself. Might be a bit more patience. Good, and then very gently open your eyes. We're going to take a little back bend, and then we're nearly finished. So take your hands behind you, draw your shoulder blades together, lift your chin and back bend. Beautiful, breathe here. And then because we've done a back bend and we come forward, we'll do a forward bend. So we're
Balancing it out. Yes.
So you can again take your arms up and look up, stretch again. And then you can exhale and just fold. So wherever your hands come to, so they might come to the floor, they might come to your hands, or you might just rest your forearms on your.
Yes. Yep.
So and then you can feel that in your lower back. So just listen to your body. Your body, you are in charge of your body. It's not what I am looking like or what Sarah's looking like. It's what it feels like for you.
Yes.
So just sit in that little forward bend, lower back stretch. Absolutely beautiful. Breathing. And then engage your core muscles. They are still there. To come back up. You can tell I've had children too. And then if you'd like, you can take 3 final breaths just to finish that off. Or you can send yourself a little bit of compassion. In yoga, we finish the practice by just bringing our hands together and folding forward and saying namaste. Which, in case people want to know, just means everything good in me, all the good stuff in me, all the kindness and love and good things in me, sees and recognizes all the wonderful things in you.
Oh, people want to find out about more poses. I think you've got your book here as well.
So this is the book that I have written, which I love. Look, there are bits and pieces about my story, about how to find body peace, which is one of the things I'm really keen on. The basics of yoga. So if you've never done yoga before, or even if you're just getting back into it, I've gone into the basics of how to, you don't need a lot of fancy stuff. You don't need the Lululemon pants. Best and Less has a wonderful pair of pants for $20.
Yes,
you can have all the stuff, you don't need it all the things. So I've gone through the basics, and then what I've done is there's lots and lots of pictures. So the second half, 120 pictures.
Wow.
Of how to do it. And they're using chairs, using, like blocks, and you could use a book for that, using bolsters, you can use a couch cushion. So it's kind of a mixture. There's a couple of meditations in there, which you can also download for free. If you like the sound of my voice, you can go to the website, which is www.fatyoga.com. Down the bottom, I've got a link to SoundCloud, and you can just, for free, just download some of my meditations. I've got like 8 and 10 minute meditations.
Fabulous, gosh.
Which, I've just freely offered to people. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of what I'm doing and the book and everything.
And we'll pop those links up on the website as well. So it's www.fatyoga.com.au. As I said, the links will be on our website, and we'll also link through to the meditations as well, because you won't believe how much better all of these tiny little things
they're 8, I think they're 7, they start at 7 minutes or something. Just lie on the ground, close the door.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I feel fabulous now. I don't want to go back to work. I'm enjoying the sunshine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.